The establishment, rigged system, the elites, all phrases that have been thrown around the last couple of months. But how much of what you think is actually what you think? How many of the ideas you have about our country and arguably our world are really your ideas? We all know mainstream media can be biased. One name instantly pops into my head, Laura Kuenssberg. But is it really her fault? She is just doing her job, isn't she? We all know, certainly in the likes of Rupert Murdoch, they have an agenda in trying to convince the public in what political stance they should have. But just how deep does it go? Well, I'm going to tell you. Someone passed me and showed me the following over the weekend. If you have heard of some of these names, good. If you haven't, prepare yourself. Richard Desmond, owner of the Daily Star and Daily Express. Now, the 2016 Sunday Times Rich List reported his net worth at £2.25 billion, making him the 48th richest person in Britain. Jonathan Harmsworth, 4th Viscount Rothermere, owner of the Daily Mail, and in April 2015, the Sunday Times estimated his net worth at £1 billion. Sir David Rowett Berkeley and Sir Frederick Hugh Berkeley, otherwise known as the Berkeley brothers, owners of the Telegraph, the Spectator and the Business. The Sunday Times Rich List of 2015 estimated their wealth at £6.5 billion. No doubt a lot more this year. Now here's one we've all heard of. Rupert Murdoch, owner of the Sun, Times, Sky, Fox and a wealth of others. Estimated wealth £13 billion. And that is where the real power lies. The power to decide who is elected as the government in this country lies in the hands of these 5 billionaires who, between them, own 80% of the media. Messrs Desmond, Harmsworth, Murdoch and the Berkeley brothers control what you read, see and hear. But these 5 people not only own 80% of the newspapers we read every day, they also, certainly in the case of Rupert Murdoch, TV stations, and the others, press agencies, book companies, and yes, cinemas. So everything we think or speak about in Britain is neatly controlled entirely by these 5 men.
Happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
Well, a child's happiness is priceless, right? Especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday. A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on their birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially when it comes to their birthday.
Absolutely.
A child's happiness is... A child's happiness is...
Well, a child's happiness is...
A child's smile is priceless.
A child's happiness is...
You know, a child's happiness is...
A child's happiness is...
Child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless, especially on a birthday.
A child's happiness is priceless.
So without a doubt, you can see that they are all, even different networks, are all on board with the same pushing of an agenda. There's your proof. There's no question about it. They are the enemy, and they are not there to inform you. I know you're saying to yourself, hey, what's this got to do with the JFK event? Hold tight, just bear with me. You'll see, it all makes sense.
The Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take some spring out of the Easter Bunny step this year.
Economic factors may take...
Economic factors may take some...
Economic factors may take...
Mike Myers says, yeah, baby.
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 Says, yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Earlier this year, you told us you had ordered your administration to cease and desist on payments to journalists to promote your agenda. You cited the need for ethical concerns and the need for a bright line between the press and the government. Your administration continues to make the use of video news releases, which are prepackaged news stories sent to television stations, fully aware that some or many of these stations will air them without any disclaimer that they are produced by the government. Comptroller General of the United States this week said that raises ethical questions. Does it raise ethical questions about the use of government money to produce stories about the government that wind up being aired with no disclosure that they were produced by the government?
There is a Justice Department opinion that says these pieces are within the law so long as they're based upon facts, not advocacy. And I expect our agencies to adhere to that ruling, to that Justice Department opinion. It's been a long-standing practice of the federal government to use these types of videos. The Agricultural Department, as I understand, has been using these videos for a long period of time. The Defense Department, other departments have been doing so. It's important that they be based on the guidelines set out by the Justice Department. Now, I think it'd be helpful if local stations then disclose to their viewers if that's, that this was based upon a factual report and they chose to use it. But evidently in some cases that's not the case. So anyway.
You guarantee that's happening by including that language in the prepackaged report.
Yeah, I don't, look. Oh, you mean a disclosure on George W. Bush and I?
Well, some way to make sure it couldn't air without the disclosure that you believe is so vital.
Ken, I mean, there's a procedure that we're going to follow, and the local stations ought to, if there's a deep concern about that, ought to.
Now, you may well say that those clips are American, and yes, you're right. Why don't we see our media exposed in the UK? Well, unlike America, we have restrictions. In the UK, we have freedom of expression, yes, under the common law, but there is a broad sweep of exceptions, including threatening or abusive words or behaviour, intending or likely to cause harassment, alarm or distress, or cause a breach of the peace, which has been used to prohibit racist speech targeted at individuals. Sending another any article which is indecent or grossly offensive with an intent to cause distress or anxiety.
Welcome back to Preston on Sunday. I'm delighted to be joined by the movie star and campaigner for the press to be more regulated, Hugh Grant. Hugh, you're here representing Hacked Off, and you are particularly hacked off because the Prime Minister, the latest Tory manifesto, ended the government's commitment to have a second Leveson inquiry.
I can give you examples. Well, the worst examples you have, there was a woman in Ireland last year who lost her mother, her sister, and 2 children in a car accident when it slipped into the sea. And at the funeral, the Mail sent a journalist lady posing as a mourner, bringing 2 children to pretend, I'm another mother, and to befriend this grieving woman. And that was then printed as an exclusive interview in the Mail. Are people like Sheila Hollins, whose daughter Abigail Witchells was stabbed by a madman, left in a quadriplegic state in hospital, and medical records stolen and printed in the News of the World. It's people like the Watson family in Glasgow, whose daughter was murdered in the playground, and their son then committed suicide because the newspapers said she deserved to be murdered. It's people like that.
So, can you imagine the result here in the UK if it got into people's minds that the media could not be trusted? The difference is America is a big country, 320 million plus as of last year. People here in the UK, 65 million plus. Now, it takes much more work and much more to inform the people of the lies. And as I said, we are restricted. So are your views, beliefs actually yours? Or have they been drip fed to you over a number of years? And now you think they are yours. Their ownership of most of the media in all its forms has not happened by accident or good business decisions. It hasn't. It has happened by design. They have designed it that way. They control which government gets in, so their wealth can continue to grow. It is a system that is controlled by them. And this has been happening for thousands of years. But now it is easier to convince people in the modern age. They have many more tools at their disposal until me and you, say no more. Only then will it change. June the 8th is our chance. You know what to do. Do you want to face the next 5 years being faced with cuts, low pay due to a pay cap? 7 years, don't forget. Have your home taken from you in your old age? They want to stop that so families over generations can't amass wealth. They want all the wealth. They don't want you or your family to own property and have its investment increase. How will they be able to keep you down and control you? Put a stop to this wall of confusion and lies now, because together we can have a better society and a better political system. Do you rely on media for your information, or do you research and connect the dots? Do you think it will ever change? And will we have a government that finally listens to the people and not the billionaire tax haven moguls? Let us know in the comments below. Click on that subscribe button and you won't miss an episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now. Fuck me, mate. Give me them fucking tissues. Fuck's sake. I'm done.